All right, stage one. The very first thing you need to do is make sure that your business info on Google Business is filled out. So here's the checklist. Now, at any time, you can come over here into materials and you will see this written out, but I'm just going to go ahead and make a video at the risk of all of this changing the instant I publish this video. That happens. Google changes their stuff so often. They're always testing stuff and experimenting, and they're changing stuff all the time. I mean, what you're going to see now is managing the business on search. You can also do it in maps now, but this didn't used to be the case. It used to be that you had to manage your business in the actual area of, it was business.google.com, actually, right here, business.google.com. The profile manager, this was the kind of the old layout here. You could do it all in one place. And so I think I'll show you both. But regardless of how it looks in this video, the methods are the same. The methods are what's important, okay? So this is your checklist. Let's go through it. First is the business name. So first, if you need to even sign up for Google Business, just go to business.google.com with whatever account you want to manage your profile in. And just go ahead and sign up. It'll take you through a process where you basically fill out your information. It's going to ask you for your name, your address, phone number, all this kind of stuff. Now, even if you're a service area business, in most cases, you're going to have to put in your address, and that's fine. Just go ahead and do that, but then they won't list it publicly. There will be an option that says, don't show your address on Google Maps because you're a service area business. Now, in the past, and it depends on the industry still, you may have to get a postcard in the mail to verify your listing. There are some listings, though, that you can verify via phone or via email. Like one of the ones that I just set up recently for bigdomino.org did not have to receive a postcard in the mail. However, for this one, The Whole Town's Talking, I did, and pretty much every other one I've ever set up in the past, except for maybe two, I've always had to receive a postcard in the mail. So that doesn't mean that your address is going to be displayed. And so that's okay. Don't worry. So now we're in search here. Now, if you wanted to do this process that I'm about to show you in, if you happen to have this layout, this business.google, just go into info here and it will take you through everything that I'm about to show you. See, sometimes Google will do this. They'll change what you do. None of my customers have said, no, you don't do social media marketing or SEO or Facebook ads. They do this all the time. They do this for every business that I've ever managed. Auto repair, limo, it's crazy. They'll just, they do this. They try and make things more accurate. Sorry to delay this video. Let's get on with it. If you want to follow along, just go in here, or you can do the new way, which they're moving to. This is going to be the default way here pretty soon. So what you want to do is, once you're signed up, if you ever want to edit your information, you're going to come over here and just click edit your business information. Okay. So now business name, enter your business name as it appears on your business card or how you normally refer to it. Okay. If there are multiple public facing practitioners at your location, then do not allow them to have their own listings. Doing so is technically allowed, but it'll dilute the visibility of the main listing. Okay. You want your main listing to be found, to have all the power it can. Google values brands. So do not add extra keywords to your business name with the intent of ranking the listing for them. This has worked in the past. I worked with an iPhone repair company in the past, and they could change their business name to iPhone Repair, and boom, they shot up in the rankings. Long term, that's not going to work, though. I mean, I've seen this work so many times. Since 2014, I've seen, people put like carpet cleaning or blah, 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 iPhone repair, chiropractic, or chiropractic, whatever. And it does work, but temporarily. Again, Google you just saw how they changed my services in here. They value brands. They're automatically scouring the web for all the information they can find on you. And they're going to value your brand name. So you want to rank for your brand name, not for your keywords. Keywords, with this maximize method, you don't have to worry about keyword stuffing your business name. Okay, so don't add the city or the location name, even if you have multiple locations in one city or multiple locations in multiple cities. We'll show you how to take care of all that. So, for example, if you're a divorce lawyer in Dallas, Texas, with another location in Arlington, Texas, then let's say your name is Abbott and Costello Inc., right? So you would not put Abbott and Costello Inc. Divorce Lawyers or Abbott and Costello Inc. Dallas. Like, would you put that on your business card? No. So don't put it on your Google business profile. Okay. For the primary category, just select the primary category that best represents your business and don't overthink it. Okay. You can only choose from a predefined list. So for instance, I worked with a pool table mover and there is no such category as pool table moving. So we had to get creative. We just chose the business category that was most relevant to that niche. Okay. To that industry. So, for example, if you're a personal injury lawyer, you would choose personal injury attorney as your primary category. You would not choose law firm as your primary category. You would not choose lawyer as your primary category. Those would be secondary categories if they apply. If you're a landscaper, you would choose, as primary, you would choose landscaper as your primary category. You would not choose lawn care service or landscape architect as your primary category. So for secondary categories, select as many as you can that apply to your business, but do not add categories if they don't directly apply to your company's offerings. So if you're a personal injury lawyer, choose lawyer and law firm and general practice attorney. If it applies, choose those as your secondary. Okay. So you can see these, the primary here is the marketing agency and then the additional. Now, when I first signed up for this profile, it offered telemarketing. It offered to categorize me as a telemarketing or to add the category of telemarketing. And it doesn't apply to me. I don't do telemarketing, so I didn't put it. Another example, if you're a mortgage broker but not a direct lender, do not choose mortgage lender. You would only choose mortgage broker and anything that's directly related to what you actually do. Now for the address, you would put the actual physical address. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have it. So you have it. Yeah, here we go. No location, deliveries, and home services only. So if you just signed up for your Google business profile, put in your address. You may have to verify it via postcard, like I said, but you would put the physical street address on the first line and the suite number on the second line. Okay. So for the conditions on when to show your address, if an employee of your business is not actively at your location during your business hours, then you should not show your address. So you'll put the street address on line 1 and any suite number on line 2. You can use suite or the pound sign or unit, etc. Keep note of which one you use because you'll need to use it later. And if you have a website and the address on your website, make sure that they match. So if you've had a website before and you're just now setting up your Google business profile, use the same address on your Google business profile as you do on your website. This is very, very important for stage 2. We're going to cover this a lot, but you need to match it exactly. So choose how you want to do it. Do you want to use suite, SUITE, or suite, STE, or number, or unit? Whatever you do, keep it consistent. Always keep it consistent. It's really, like I say, it's really, really important for stage 2 citations, because when you get your citations, if there are any inconsistencies, it's going to hurt your ability to maximize your profile. So a part of maximizing your profile, your Google business profile, is making sure that everything is exactly the same as far as your address, your name, and your phone number are concerned. Okay. So the service area, just list your service area. But use this only if you meet customers at their location. So if you deliver food, if you deliver carpet cleaning service to people, etc. Some businesses allow customers to visit them, come into their shop or whatever, and they also go to customers' locations. So for these businesses, it is okay to list an address and a service area on the same listing. So your address would show and your service area would show. You do want to keep in mind that regardless of the service areas that you list, your visibility will be drastically reduced outside of a 20-mile radius. And so one of the things that we're going to do is the proximity power up here in stage 4. And this helps boost your visibility. But just in general, that's Google's algorithm. They reduce your visibility outside of a 20-mile radius. So if you service the entire USA, listing the country as a service area does not mean you will have visibility everywhere. And incidentally, that's actually where I have this one listed, all of the United States. Even if you do business in the entire country or even internationally, in order to be visible in the city that your location is in, you want to use that office location or that service area to be visible in that city. Google Maps is for cities. Like, you're not going to be in Atlanta searching for, a marketing company in Chicago, for instance. So if you're searching for a marketing company in Atlanta and you're in Atlanta, you're going to see the marketing companies in Google Maps that are listed in Atlanta. Okay. And you can, if you have more offices, you can even use virtual offices. You can add those locations as new Google Business profiles and verify them by, phone, email, or address, however Google chooses to let you do it, in more cities. So let's say you have an office in Atlanta and you want one in Chicago. Then you could get a virtual office in Chicago and then do this same process, this same maximize method for that Google Business profile in Chicago. And you could essentially set up locations with virtual offices all around the country or all around wherever, up to you. For the business hours, you want to enter just the regular customer-facing hours of operation. So if your store hours are extended by being available a little longer via phone, then you would include these as operating hours on your listing, because that improves visibility, because your listing is shown more when, for instance, competitors' hours have them marked as closed. And then you would add additional holiday opening hours. So for instance, Christmas Day closed, December 1st through to the 23rd, extended hours, whatever those may be. If you're a seasonal business, remove your operating hours when you're closed and re-enter them when the season comes. Then you would add more hours according to these selections that you have here. For instance, if you serve, what are your brunch hours? What are your delivery hours? What are your hours for the elderly, etc. Happy hours. So these are really good for restaurants for sure. But go ahead and add these. I mean, the more things you add, the better it is, because, a lot of your competition aren't even going this far. They don't realize the power of Google Business. I mean, this is just the first step. Everything after here, this is the foundation. For your phone number, you would just want to make sure that it's your main phone number. Use your local business number as the primary number. If you have a toll-free number, you can add that as an additional phone number. And if you use a call tracking number, then you would put this number in the primary phone field, and then you would add your local business number and toll-free number in the additional phone fields. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. Add phone number. There you go. And you want to add your website, including the HTTPS. I hope you're using HTTPS. Should be by now. Pretty much everybody is. It's kind of default these days. And you want to link to a local specific landing page here, if possible. And later in this stage, we'll look at the local landing pages here. And optionally, you would add this little line of code here. So it would be $UTM source equals GMB. Now, GMB stands for Google My Business. You could remove this and say Google Business Profile, or you could say Google Business, or, whatever you want. The thing is that after this equal sign and before this ampersand here, that's telling you the source. Like, where, if somebody clicks on this link, when you look into your Google Analytics, it's going to say the source was Google Business Profile and the medium was organic. that's the reason we would put this here. If you use an analytics account like this, like Google Analytics or Matomo, this will allow you to see who is coming to the website from your Google Business Profile. And it's helpful for comparing performance against other traffic sources. So if you're a freak about tracking and stats and data like I am, then definitely put that in there. And if you want us to have a look at it and compare this traffic source to others, or if you just want to test how well this is doing and how well I claim that this will do against other traffic sources, then go ahead and put that in there. For your appointment URL, let me show you that real quick. For some reason, it's not in here. And then, if this doesn't apply to you, I would dismiss this for now. There are benefits to having a website hosted and built by Google. But for right now, we're going to leave that out. And I'm going to exit out of this because for some reason, they don't have the appointment link there, but it's here in missing information. I don't know why. I don't know if that's purposeful or what, and it's not letting me type anything. Thanks, Google. All right, let's see if, all right, well, in olden times over here, which they might be taking away, you were able to add an appointment link. So I think I'll just go ahead and add that here because you just saw, I just tried doing it here in search and either it's not working yet or they're removing it, not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in there, except I'm going to go GBP and then going to take this and yeah, there we go. All right, and I'm going to apply it. So that's your appointment link. You would want to put your contact page. Whoops. There we go. You would want to put your contact page or your appointment page or your booking page or whatever like that. Put that in there. That's what it's supposed to be. Contact page, not the home page. They're not gonna accept it if it's the home page. All right. If you're a restaurant, then you will add a link to your menu. There will be an option to add a menu link here because you would have chosen the restaurant option. So then that will show up. And when you do that, it has to be a link to a page on your website. Linking directly to a PDF is not allowed. So you can and should also add your menu directly to your Google Business Profile. I mean, think about all of your competition. If you're a restaurant that don't have the menu in their business profile, they just have a link to it. So definitely put that in there. If you're a restaurant, you will have that option. And then again, put this optional code here, this optional UTM code, changing GMB to whatever you want or just leaving it, as GMB. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Now, adding services or the menus or products, you do want to add your services to this profile. You want to add your menu to this profile. You want to add your products to this profile, whatever applies to you, right? So if you're a chiropractor, add your, all of the chiropractic services that you offer. If you have, if you're a hair salon, add all the services to here. Now, it's not here. Normally, it's here, right? In this old view, it's here. And that area is right here. So again, to get there from this, again, this might change tomorrow. I don't know. Just click Edit Profile, right? And then you'll have your products. So you can showcase your products. So if you're a hair salon, you would add your services here and you would add the products that you sell here. And you definitely want to do this, okay? Because these sections allow you to provide information about your company offerings directly to the listing. Again, think about your competition that's not doing this, right? They only have links to their products and services on their website. But filling this out completely will help with your engagement, right? People will click on your listing and then they'll have more options to browse. They'll browse through your products. They'll browse through your services. They'll see what you offer. They'll look at your reviews, your products, your services, your menu, etc. And, they don't even have to click. Like if you have your menu right there, like I can't tell you how many pizza places I look at because, I love pizza. We'll look at pizza places and the menu that they've provided is either an image that a customer took of the menu, which can be hard to read, or it's a link to the website, that contains like a PDF or something, or a link to the menu on their website. And so you would leave the Google profile, which is fine. Like, that's fine. But if you treat this as like, we want to capture you, we want, we have all of our reviews here, we have all of our products, all of our services here, engage with us here, call us from here. That's a good thing. So if you gloss over this, if you don't do it, it will hurt your engagement. People engage with these things. They look through your services, they look through your products. And so what you can do in your services here is you can, remember we saw that they removed some of this stuff, but you can come in here and describe. Maybe they'll let me, maybe they won't. You used to be able to describe each service. So if we come in here, okay, so you used to be able to describe the service. Like, you used to be able to leave a service description. It looks like they took that away. So that's great. Yeah, so it used to be that I could just click this, come in here and write a service description. Click this, come in here and write a service description. So that's actually kind of nice that you don't have to do that. I mean, it's less work for us, right? So you can see they're not letting me do this, which is fine. All right, so at least list out your services and list out your products and, show your prices on your products. So what you want to do is you want to list your services that are only available for specific types of service-focused businesses, such as auto repair, right? Menus are only available for restaurants. Products are only available for certain retail businesses. So you want to create separate sections for each category of your services, like you saw here. Under marketing agency primary category, we have these services here. Under advertising agency, we have these services here. Under direct mail, we have these services here. And under internet marketing services, we have all of these. And so you would do the same thing. List your services under each category. So for an auto repair place, it would be transmission repair, and then you would list all the transmission repair. It would be AC repair, and then you would list all the things that you do with AC repair, such as an AC test, or a coolant refill, or leak detection, etc. Same with emissions. So whatever your services are, just put it under your primary and secondary categories. And it's like, you can type this in. You don't have to choose from a pre-selected list. And if you have a ton of services and products, just add the most popular ones. And remember to update them if they're seasonal. You would enter the offer names, and you would enter these offer names as they're normally described by your business, okay? And normally, if your offer names are super branded, like a car detailing services named The Works Deluxe or something, then in the description area, if you have the ability to describe it, you would want to describe what the service is in terms that customers would understand, instead of just saying The Works Deluxe, like what's in The Works Deluxe, right? So I have some written examples in case we have the ability to actually put a description in these, and you can read these examples here in the written materials section. Okay, then back in the business information area, scroll down here, or I guess click the more, and we would say from the business. You can only choose from a list provided, like a pre-selected list. So you would choose any of these if they apply to you. Same with crowd, choose that if it applies to you. Health and safety, choose these if it applies to you. Let's see, service options. Do you offer online appointments? Why, yes, we do. So I'm going to save that. And then you have your business description. It should be written for soon-to-be customers, like for people who know nothing about your business. And you want to focus on the business as a whole rather than specific products, services, or promotions. Use the most important keywords that people will generally use to find your business, which I didn't really do here. Wasn't really going for that. But in general, you should use, and you don't want to, load it up with, like, if you're carpet cleaning, you don't want to be like, we clean carpets so that your carpet is super clean and it will be the cleanest carpet that you've ever stepped on. You don't need to do that. Just use one or two keywords, that people would use to find your business. So, right, like, carpet cleaning in Colorado Springs. You know, we're the best carpet cleaning in Colorado Springs, or carpet cleaning company in Colorado Springs. Man, that's a mouthful. But keep in mind that you're writing for humans and not for search engines, so you don't need to stuff this. And you don't want to put your website URL in here. You don't want to use special characters or emojis. And I would even recommend not putting your phone number in here. And you want to keep it short because you only have 750 characters or less. You do not have to fill it up to the 750 limit, or 749 or whatever. I often do, but you certainly don't have to. And then again, in the written description here, you can see some examples here. So I'm not sure where to find this in this new version, but in the one that I've been used to for years, this advanced information here, this store code, was used for multi-location businesses to manage listings. And if you don't have multiple locations, or you're not bulk uploading locations, you don't need to add these. It's not going to help at all. It's just, it's mostly for management. And it's spaces and special characters are not allowed, numbers and letters only. And for a business with 15 locations, for instance, numbering them 1 through 15 is just fine. Labels, this is for like north, south, east, west, for businesses to help, like for multi-location businesses to help organize their account. So these may actually show up on here if you have multiple locations. I do have 2 locations with, let's see, with Swag Talks. Yeah, so you can see store code Swag Talks 01, store code Swag Talks 02. But I was able to add those using this layout, this platform, the way I haven't seen that in this area yet. So if you need any help, just reach out to me, hit support. We're happy to help you. But if you don't have multiple locations, you don't even need to worry about this. And then your Google Ads location extension phone number must be a local phone number in order to show in search results. And you know, if you're not using Google Ads, you can just leave this blank. If that sounds weird, then, I mean, you would know. You need an advertising budget to do it. So this is a good place for a tracking number. But again, like, this advanced information is not for most businesses. It's not going to help. It's not going to hurt. So just leave it blank if you don't have multiple businesses. And if you do need help, just reach out to us and we'd be happy to help. Just give us a support ticket. All right. So essentially, all you're doing is you're just filling this out. You're just coming here, you're editing your profile, and you're filling out all of your business information, your name, category, description. Just fill it all out. I'm telling you, put everything in here. Because, you know, the more you have, the less your competitors have, the more you're going to stand out, the more Google's going to think that you are relevant for these searches. So really put this in here, including your services and products. Put those in there. Absolutely. Put them in there. All right, so we'll get to the rest of this stuff here in the next lesson.